Whoa! That's sick! Whoa!
One of my favorite things about games has always been responsive and satisfying player movement. I've also been inspired by games like Celeste and Jump King for their large and challenging level designs. I too wanted to create a platforming game where the player conquers a large mountain, but I thought this would be a lot funnier if the player character was a small flightless kiwi bird. So I opened up a new project in Game Maker Studio 2 and decided to call this game Kiwi Climber. When I was thinking about the kinds of movement options I'd want to have in my game, my mind instantly went to the side flip from Mario 64. It's a super fun move and allows the player to get some extra height into their jump. I included this in my player's movement along with a double jump, a horizontal dash, and a gliding ability. These abilities were already fun enough to play around with, but the system needed more detail. I allowed the player to bonk off walls if they accelerated into walls too fast. I also added a little bit of coyote time to make jumping at the edge of a platform more forgiving. Coyote time is a brief period after walking off a ledge where the player can still jump even if they aren't colliding with the ground. Much like other Metroidvania games like Ori and the Blind Forest or Hollow Knight, I wanted to make the player acquire these abilities over time so the game could progress from simple to complex. I created NPC characters that would unlock a specific ability for the player once they reached and talked to them. I ended up creating a frog that would teach the player how to jump, a dog that would teach the flip, a cat that would teach the dash, a rabbit that would teach the double jump, and an eagle that would teach the glide. But now it was time for the hardest part, level design. Each stage between characters would need level design that takes advantage of these different combinations of abilities. Therefore, it was important that I know the exact capabilities of each move. I adjusted and measured them so that I would know exactly how many tiles each ability could cover. This is how I distinguished difficult from impossible, and I kept these distances in mind when creating the level design. It was important that the player movement felt fine-tuned and finished at this point, because if I changed the player speed or acceleration at all, these distance values would change and I would have to redo the level design. After an NPC teaches a new move to the player, I'd place a challenge that requires using it to progress. This ensures that the player has tried the move and roughly understands its application. As the player learns more moves, they have more options for solving platforming problems. So I blocked out levels for prototyping, tested them, and then put them together in one big mountain. I added a menu, an ending, and a bunch of sounds from freesound.org. My friend Josh helped me playtest the levels and make sure my level design wasn't too unreasonable. I originally thought this game might be beaten in an hour, but Josh was actually able to speedrun it in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. If you want to play the game for yourself or try to beat Josh's world record time, the link to my itch page is in the description. If you want to see more of Josh, you can watch us playing some games over at my second channel, also linked in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.